If you're an Amazon seller that's wanting to level up your Amazon PPC ads, then keep watching this video. In this video, I'm gonna be doing a deep dive into the sponsored display, different targeting strategies that you need to be split testing between. I'm gonna give you my recommendations on which targetings you need to run, which kinds of campaigns you need to be running, and overall the strategy that you need to implement with your overall Amazon PPC ads. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Before we get started, real quick, if you don't know me, my name is Ian Smith and I run an Amazon marketing agency called Evolve Media Agency. At EMA, we completely revamp Amazon listings by doing top-tier product photo and video shoots at very affordable prices. After we take a bunch of white background photos and lifestyle photos, then we edit those images up into high-converting, sales-driving infographics that drive Amazon shoppers to make a purchase. The videos we create substantially boost product page conversion rates and can be used in multiple places on product detail pages, Amazon storefronts, PPC ads, TikTok ads, and landing pages off Amazon. We also manage Google search ads, Amazon PPC ads, TikTok ads, build Amazon storefronts, write blogs, and do email marketing. So if you want free access to our Amazon listing checklist or want to book a free consulting call with me, then go to emaamz.com. So now let's carry on with the video. All right, so I'm about to share my screen with you and we're going to jump into the Amazon Ads Campaign Builder under the sponsored display section, and I'm going to show you and walk you through what everything means and really spend most of my time talking about the different targetings that I truly recommend that you should explore and split test between. All right, so now you should be able to see my screen, and as you can see here, we're going to select the sponsored display section right there, and then I'm going to just quickly walk through the top. So this is where you name your campaign, set your budget. Here in the ad group, you can name your ad group. Now, as far as the products to advertise, I strongly recommend either sticking within one parent ASIN and just doing different variations of that actual, ASIN, or running ads for products that are very similar. Because when it comes to targeting, you want to make sure that your targeting is accurate. And if you go too broad with the different products that you're using in your targetings, it may not really resonate and hit home for those people. So just make sure that the products that you advertise here in this section are very similar to each other. Next, under this targeting step right here, you have contextual targeting and you have audiences. Now, I'm going to be mostly talking about the audiences section in this video because that's where I really feel like there is the most power there. But let me give you an explanation on the contextual targeting. So like it says here, it says choose products and categories to target your ads. So this is where you can either run your ads on different products that you select, or you can run it on different categories, right? Pretty simple. But as far as choosing between products and categories, I truly believe that you have a better targeting and performance ability with the audiences section. So we're going to be choosing that, and then we're going to be deep diving here in a second. But first, let me talk a little bit about the bidding part. So you have three options here. You can either optimize for reach, you can optimize for page visits, or you can optimize for conversions. Now, I wouldn't really mess with optimizing for reach because that's not going to necessarily get you the conversions and the purchases that you're after. But when it comes to optimizing for page visits or for conversions, here are my thoughts on it. So with page visits, so if you've got a very high converting page, meaning that your product photos are really, really good, you got great EBC content, you got a lot of reviews, price point is really good, and overall your product detail page is like fully built out and looking really, really good. So you're not worried about conversion rates because maybe you got a 50% conversion rate or something really high, then by all means go for optimizing for page visits. But if you don't have like the best listing page that you could possibly have, then I would say optimize for conversions. Now, obviously you always want to be optimizing for conversions, but I believe you're going to need to pay Amazon a little bit more if you choose this optimize for conversions. It's something that they're not going to blatantly tell you, but I would imagine as they're optimizing for conversions that you're going to probably pay a little bit more. So what I would recommend to you is more often go with optimize for conversions, but if you want to split test around with it, and again, if your listing page is looking really, really good, then go with page visits. So for right now, for this example, we're going to click on optimize for conversions. All right, now here is the good part. This is the audiences section right here. So you got three different options. You got Amazon audiences, you got views remarketing, aka retargeting, and then you have purchases remarketing, aka retargeting. Now, in these different sections, you can target products and categories. So that's why I say you're better off going with this section and this audiences targeting instead of doing the contextual targeting. So we're going to deep dive into this Amazon audiences right here and look at our different options here. Now, a really cool thing to remember is that you can change the bid amount for each of these different targeting. So if you want to be more aggressive on some, less aggressive on others, and change it as things roll on, then you can do that, which is really cool. But as far as lifestyle, the different options you have here, Amazon is going to be looking at users' shopping and streaming behaviors and suggest certain lifestyle preferences based on that. So if I look at a lot of space and science videos on their Amazon Prime, and I'm constantly looking at space and science products, then they're going to assume that my lifestyle is more geared around technology, maybe science and things like that. I wouldn't really recommend that one though, because you've got some really good ones in here based on life events, in market, and interests. So interests, I would say this is more similar to Facebook's interests. If I've shown an interest in entertainment related, movies, and I buy movies and things like that, that's how they're going to determine that. Again, not my favorite. My real favorite is going to be life events and in market. So life events are going to be audiences based on recent activities around their life and what's actually happened. Now, I don't know how Amazon actually knows this, but an example could be getting married or moving or had a baby and things like that. So if your product is anywhere relating to that, then you definitely want to make sure that you are using life events as at least a targeting option that you're split testing against other options. Now, in market is another really cool one that I definitely recommend that you mess around with, because basically it's taking the past purchase activity and shopping activity and then predicting what other products they may be interested in. So it's based on data. And with life events, I would say it's kind of based on data. I mean, I don't know how Amazon's getting the data. How is Amazon knowing that you moved? Maybe because you're buying moving products, packing tape, and things like that. Who knows? Really, Amazon's not going to tell us. But with the in market, as you can see here, it says audiences whose recent activity suggests they are likely to buy products in a certain category. So this is category targeting right here. So if we click on that, if I've been buying a lot of pottery and products around planting things and growing things and fertilizer and things like that, then I'm going to be more likely interested in buying other products relating to that. So you may want to advertise in home and garden and things like that. So again, this is category targeting that's going to be better, in my opinion, than what you would get if you just did contextual targeting, because this is more based on past data and Amazon's predicting what they may be interested in. So Amazon audiences is okay right here, this section right here, but my two favorite are really views remarketing and purchases remarketing. So views remarketing, let's click on that. And what you do have access to is a look back period. You can actually change it from 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days, depending on how recent and relevant you want to be with your targeting. Maybe you have a seasonal product, so the more recent, the better. Now, what I really like about this is that you can remarket to those people that have actually viewed your actual product detail page. That's pure retargeting. It's going to show up on and off Amazon. When it's on Amazon, it's going to be on other detailed product pages. So you'll be able to pull them back to yours, show up in many different places on those other detail pages. So that's going to be really powerful, because remarketing in general, if they were semi-interested in your product and they see that little reminder ad, then the chance of them coming back and buying is pretty high. The other option is similar to advertised products. So these are products that are similar to yours. They may have viewed a detail page of another product that's similar to yours and not exactly yours, and then you can kind of chase them around the web and get them to click over to your page. Now, just like the other Amazon audiences targeting ability, you can change the bid here, and you can make it so that you bid more and more aggressively or lower, and things like that. If you click on search right here, then this is where you can actually bid on categories that they've viewed in the past. So if they, home and kitchen, if they've looked at wall art and paintings in the past, and you sell painting supplies or frames or things like that, then you definitely want to make sure that you're bidding based on them actually viewing the product detail pages of products in those other categories. Now, I do highly recommend that you actually go with custom bidding instead of suggested bidding, because you may blow through a lot more budget with suggested bidding, and with custom bidding, you can actually be a little bit more accurate and make sure that you have more control over what your spend is so that Amazon isn't just blowing through your budget right away. So that is the views remarketing, really based on their traffic and what they've been seeing around Amazon. So let's talk about the purchases remarketing, which is really my most favorite because this is actually based on actions that they've taken that they've actually spent their money on. So this is based on past purchases. So same thing as the last section, you can adjust your bid. You can either do suggested. Actually, it looks like suggested bids are not available at this current time, but maybe later they will be. So custom bid, look back period is actually longer with purchases. So 7, 14, 30, 60, 90, 180 days, and 365 days. If that's important to you, then you may want to go with purchases instead of views because you have like a whole year of data that you could potentially target based off of. Now, just like the views targeting, with this purchase targeting, you can either target people that have bought your specific products in the past or people that have bought products relating to your products in the past. So if they bought one of your competitors' products, you can target them with these ads and you can potentially steal them away from your competitor and get them to buy your product as well. Maybe it's a recurring purchase that they need to buy monthly. Well, you could potentially get them to try out your product next month. Now, if we click on the search feature right here, this is where it's going to jump us into categories. So if they've bought specific products in a specific category, then you can run ads to people that have bought products in the home and kitchen category under wall art if you're selling paintings, and you can sell frames and stuff. So this one is really good because it's based on actual purchase behavior, which is like the strongest action, right? Views are one thing, people just casually shop around. They may look at stuff, they may window shop, right? But purchases are a whole nother thing. So I would definitely say put this purchases targeting option as priority, split test around with this, launch some campaigns and do some different testing with this. And then if you don't really like what you're seeing, you can always roll back to views, but I would highly recommend going with purchases priority. And then if you're trying to just retarget shoppers that have viewed your specific listing pages or your competitors' listing pages, then you want to target them as well. So all in all, I would highly recommend that you split test around with sponsored display ads. From a retargeting standpoint, that's very powerful. If they viewed your detail page or bought your product in the past, as well as viewed your competitor's detail page or bought your competitor's products, those are definitely campaigns that you need to have set up and rolling. Then I definitely recommend that you test around with people that have viewed certain products in certain product categories, as well as bought certain products in certain product categories. As far as the bidding goes on certain targeting options over here in this right area, be conservative at first, 20 to 30 cents. Look and see if you're getting clicks at that cost and then bump it up if you need to. But do not, I wouldn't really recommend it. Don't go with Amazon's suggested bid. Like maybe look at their suggested bid and then maybe go with half of that or a third of that. But you want to have a little bit of manual bidding here when you're setting this site up. So again, don't mess with contextual targeting. Don't really mess with Amazon's audiences right there, and fully mess with views and purchases remarketing abilities. That's definitely something that you got to test. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Hopefully it educated you a little bit on what's display ads all about. Hopefully you do want to actually test it out. If you need help with getting some campaigns launched, reach out to me and my team. Go to emaamz.com. I'd love to chat with you. I love learning about the people that are watching my YouTube videos out there. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.